Hello and good morning, guys. Welcome back to Guru the Guru. So today I would like us to look at window functions, and specifically we're going to look at NTILE. So we'll go through what NTILE is. We'll also give the syntax, and then just go through a few examples, and that will be all for us today. So the first thing you need a Postgres database. So I have installed it on my local machine, and I have a database with a few data sets. So I'll log into the Postgres admin, where we have a user interface where you can be able to interact with your database. So in the databases, I'll just go to schemas, then I find tables in public. So the table we are going to use is employees table. It has the following columns. We have the employee ID, we have the first name, the last name, the email, the hire date, the department, the gender, the salary, and the region ID. So before we go into the data, when you talk about NTILE, what exactly are we referring to? So when we talk about NTILE, we are referring to a window function that lets you group your data set into buckets. So you would have maybe 3 buckets, 4 buckets, 5 buckets, depending on what you really want. So that is just a simple definition, and we'll just display the SQL query so that we can show the syntax. So I'll minimize this. I'll just maximize it a bit. Yeah, so with that I think we'll be good. So the syntax for the NTILE function is how you write comments. So NTILE function syntax, and no, this one should be caps to follow the standards, and then we have the curly braces. So the syntax for NTILE is just as we are referring to it, have NTILE. Here we'll have the bucket, which are the number of groups that you want to divide your dataset into. These are the buckets, and then any window function always has an over clause, and then you can partition by, just place the space there. You can partition by some comments there, and then we can order by, then some clause there. So the order by is the sorting that you want for your data set. So that is just the basic syntax of NTILE window functions, and with that I would like us to go over we'll just explain what exactly we have done. So the NTILE is a window function which helps us group into buckets. So the buckets are the number of groups that you want. This is the over, which is a signifier for window functions. Partition by is maybe you're grouping. What are you grouping by? Is it departments? Is it first names? Is it last name? So those are the various groups that you want. And then order by is the sorting. However, one point to note when you're dealing with the NTILE function is that if you have an even number of rows, they'll be divided equally. But if you have an odd number, the first group will have, for example, let's take you have 53 rows. The first 3 groups, let's say you have 53 rows and you want to divide them into 5. So the first 3 groups will have 11 rows each, and then the remaining 2 will have 10 rows. So the first group always has a higher number. So with that, let's just go into examples. So first of all, let me select all from these from my table, select all records. So you can just select asterisk, and then from no, this should be caps, from employees, so that we can be able to see what the result set is or what the data has. So we just run from there. So you can't see this, so we'll just We will minimize this completely, then expand that so that you can be able to see the result set. So that is the result. So you can see the primary key, the employee ID, the first name, the last name, the email, the hire date, the department, the gender, the salary, the region. Yeah, so that's all we have. So we just minimize it again, and then we can now go to our first NTILE function. So the model we've taken is we're just going to answer a few questions using the NTILE function. So our first question is group the employees table into 5 groups based on the order of their salaries. So the first thing you do when you get such a question with window functions is you first select the columns that you will need. So we select, we can take the first name. What else do we take? We can take the salary because we'll need the salary to order them by the salary, and of course we'll need the department to break them into groups, and then we have to place a comma after department because the window function is another row. So we just write the NTILE function, 5 groups, we have the over clause, and then we partition by. So we're going to partition by the department. You'll notice we have a few departments, and then we order by salary as stated in the instructions. And then from what table, no, we can give this an as clause. So this can be as well, let's just leave it for now. And then from employees, so that's all. Then we close, so we just need to select that and run. Then we bring up the results. So you can see the employees have been divided into their various departments. So we have the automotive, these are in group 1 based on their salary. Then we have those in group 2 also in automotive, then group 3, and group 4 still automotive, group 5. And then we start beauty again, department, beauty 1, 2, so they all be divided into 5 groups. We start books again, it starts 1, go 2, and then until we have 5. So that is the first question we're going to answer. Then this will be followed up by our second question. So our second question is we want to group the same employees data into 3 groups. So I believe that will be easy, but now with the salary in descending order, or rather ascending order. So what do you need? You need to select the first name, then we need to select their salary, and we need to select their department, then ensure we have a comma, we have the NTILE function, we have 3 groups, have an over clause, we have a partition by the department so that we have the various groups, we have an order by salary, but this time in descending order, and then from what table are these records coming from employees table, employees, and then just close, and there we go, just run. That was a success. So we bring it up, so it's the same, but now the salary is in descending order from the highest salary to the lowest one. So I believe that was quite easy. Then we can go to the third and the final question that I would like us to handle, and this basically will be a window function that is using NTILE, but this time it includes a common table. So common tables are like you first do a selection and then you use that selection to answer your next question, because what you basically want to know is what the the salaries of the various departments are. So what we do is, for common tables, we start with the with statement. So with, we give the table a name. So salary, rank, as, and then we have the opening bracket, and just place space there. And then now what we want to select, so what we want this table to have: select the first underscore name, select the salary, we can select the email also, we can also have the department, and then now we have an NTILE function, 3 groups, and then we have the overclose, the overclose. We need to order it by salary, I think by salary, but in descending order, and then we give this a name. As we don't need the as, you can use the as or you can leave it. So if you leave it, it still be okay. And then we call this rank of salary, don't mind the names. And then from what table are we getting this data? From employees table. So that's that. So to test, don't run from the with, but run from the select statement to just test whether that first part is alright. So you can see the result set. So we have basically have the first name, the salary, the email, the department, then the rank of salary. So I think that is alright. So now we go to the equation that we want to answer from this common table. So this is a common table, or a CTE. So a common table. So we go ahead and from this table now select, we need this rank of salary, the rank of salary. And what else do you need from that table? We also need to round off our salary to, because it's an average that we want the average salary for each department. So what column do we want? We want salary, and then to 2 decimal places. Yeah, to 2 decimal places. And what else do we sorry, I think we got this wrong here. Let's just correct that. We don't need the brackets. Yeah, we don't need the brackets there, so it's just the round, and then we have the average of the salary, and then 2 decimal places. Okay, so what else do we need there? Where is this data coming from? So the rank of salary, and the salary is coming from, what did you name this table? Salary underscore rank, salary underscore rank. Yeah, I think that is what we called it. And then we need to, because we have used aggregate functions, to group by the rank underscore of underscore salary, what we have there, and then we have the order by the rank of underscore salary. So now what we have basically done, we have one table here. I think this should be closed here if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that should be that. So we have the let's just order this a bit properly. So yeah, and the other one. So we have 2 tables. The first table is the common table. Select first name, salary, email, department, and then we have 3 buckets ordered by the salary in descending order, and we call that column rank of salary from employees. And then we select that table now, rank of salary, we find the average salary, and then from what table, the salary rank, and then group by done that. So to run this, just select the whole of it, then we run, and you can see now we have the department 1. I think this, we can just add a department here because we selected department. We can just have the department, so we can tell which department has that salary. I'm selecting from there, then just what does it say? Oh, it must appear in the group by clause, so that is right. Let's just put department here. Sorry about that. And then just run again. So now what do we have here? We have furniture. Furniture has that, automotive that, toys that, device that. So you can just see the average salary for all of them. So which ones are ranked twice, which ones are 3, so that's all. Yeah, but I think the best average would have been without the department, so we can tell. But that should be also right. I think if you did that also, it will not be an issue. Let me just run. So you can just tell 140, and then 2, 899, and then 3. Yeah, but the other one with all the departments looks a bit better. Yeah. So anyway, that is all for us today, and I just hope you can use this every day in your data analytics journey, or if you're working in your workplace, and you can just start utilizing NTILE to group the data sets into the various groups that you like. So that is all from us today, and have a good day. Bye.